Hi everyone. By now, everyone has heard this devastating story about Shanquella Robinson, and I just want to talk about it for it's bothersome to me. Imagine going on a trip with your friends only to be dead within 24 hours of that trip. She's very talented with her hands, as you can tell, and she's beautiful, I might add. She recently celebrated her birthday, and it seems like anybody else, she loves having a good time and hanging out. But imagine getting a call stating that your daughter is dead from alcohol poisoning.
Fun long weekend for 25-year-old Shanquella Robinson and her group of friends who went to Cabo to celebrate one of their birthdays.
She told me they had a chef they was getting ready to eat. They was eating tacos, something, salad or something they was eating. And I said, well, okay, I love you, have a good night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. And I never talked to my child again, and she never made it back home.
Robinson's mom, Salamandra, says within 24 hours of her daughter's arrival, she was dead. Figuring out how or why has only added to the family's nightmare. It started with a frantic call from Robinson's friends.
They said she wasn't feeling well. She had alcohol poisoning. They couldn't get a pulse. Each one of the people that was there with her was telling different stories.
It's when the family made calls to the FBI and Mexican authorities that they learned of another potential cause of death.
And the autopsy came back. They said it didn't have anything to do with alcohol. Said that she had been, she had a broken neck and her spine in the back was cracked. She had been beaten.
Salamandra says the entire group came back from Mexico, leaving her daughter's body there. Nearly 2 weeks and $6,000 later, her body is back home. But answers have been hard to come by.
You know, I know that's not going to bring my child back, but I want something done about it.
Queen City News has spoken with officials at the U.S. State Department in Mexico who refute the claim that Robinson was murdered, saying the police's initial indication is that there was no clear evidence of foul play. Here in Charlotte, her family refuses to believe their daughter's death was an accident, and they vow to find the truth of what happened that night in Cabo.
No one told the same story, so I never believed them anyway.
Queen City News obtained Robinson's death certificate, which lists the cause of death as severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation, which is instability in the uppermost vertebrae. In the section where police could have noted any sign of intoxication, it says, person found unconscious on her living room.
And they didn't call us to the very last minute. And then on top of that, they said the maid found them.
The group stayed here at Villa Linda 32, a property listed on CaboVillas.com. A rep with the company says the group called the concierge for help Saturday afternoon. The concierge called a doctor who gave CPR. Robinson died at 3 p.m., an estimated 15 minutes after her injury. We obtained a list of 7 guests who signed into the villa.
That's unbelievable. They left her body like it was nothing, and got on a plane shortly after. Doesn't that say something? Now, the video of the fight, I will post it in the description box or the comment section, but that in itself is deplorable. Look at this young lady and then look at the video and tell me what y'all think. Allegedly, Dejanay is the killer because in the video you can clearly see she was fighting Shanquella, and what is bothersome, Shanquella had no clothes on. I saw Shanquella hard because she's not a fighter. She did not want to fight, and these are supposedly her friend. Now I'm going to post a video of her other friend, Nasir, and he was talking about the incident. His video is a bit long, so here's a snippet of it.
Instantly, as soon as I go in, I go to Quilla. Quilla didn't leave my side, none of that, till the nurse came. But I got too far ahead. So Quilla was laying on the couch in the game room. The fucking villa was like a big ass mansion, no upstairs, all tile on the wall, tile on the floor, straight tile, nothing else. So it was just a big ass villa. I don't know if y'all can view it on the website. Go to Cabo Villas and look at how big this shit is and what it looked like. Well, you're gonna see.
Y'all just heard what he said, right? Shanquella didn't leave his side at no point. But why did they all get in the plane soon thereafter and her body was left there alone in Mexico? There's a lot of disdain for Shanquella's so-called friends, in which I don't even blame them, even to the point someone has doxed their information. FBI now has an open investigation as it pertains to Shanquella's death.
Now on 9, more questions than answers this afternoon after the death of this woman, Shanquella Robinson, while on a trip to Cabo with her friends. Her friends are back now, but Shanquella's parents aren't believing the story they're telling. Channel 9's Joe Bruno has been following this story for us. And Joe, you found out today an attorney general in Mexico is now investigating Shanquella's death.
Yeah, the district attorney that is presiding over this case in Cabo tells Channel 9 that the case is still open and nothing has been ruled out. The state attorney general of Baja California Sur, that's the state Cabo is in, tells Channel 9 they maintain the lines of investigations to collect more evidence to achieve the accurate clarification of the events without ruling out any hypothesis. As we reported last night, Channel 9 obtained the death certificate for Shanquella Robinson. It lists the cause of death as severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation. Alcohol poisoning is never mentioned. It says she died within 15 minutes of injury and death. And in the box asking whether the death was accidental or violent, the medical examiner wrote yes. We spoke to Shanquella Robinson's parents. They tell us they are not giving up until they have answers.
I just want some truth, because this don't even add up right.
She was a good child.
She went on this trip with 6 of her friends at this time. None of those friends are facing charges. The FBI tells me that the FBI Charlotte division has been in contact with Shanquella Robinson's family. Live in North Charlotte, Joe Bruno, Channel 9 Eyewitness.
Now, take a look at Shanquella's last post she posted while on her trip. And here is a snippet of an interview done by Gerald Jackson with Shanquella's father. The link for the whole interview will also be posted in the comment section.
We get naked. It don't take that long to get naked, hoes. Where y'all at? She told me I'm gonna keep it hot. You gonna keep it hot? What?
I'll keep my hot business suits that I don't want to wear because it's cute as fuck.
They, what Go said, they croup.
Yeah. the one that's like mediocre is in my chains. I can't wear them.
But the people that she was over there with, what did they come back to North Carolina and tell your family, especially Khalil, who is, you know, the best friend of your daughter? Can you just talk about how you found out about your daughter's death, and can you talk about the lie that they told?
Well, at first, you know, I was sitting at home on a Saturday, which was the 29th. It was like 7 or 8 p.m. and the phone rung. I'm sitting there looking at TV. So my mom said, I said, well, mom's calling. So I picked the phone up and it wasn't sounding right. So she said, Shanquella gone. So, you know, I'm saying gone, you know, gone where, you know, and she said, she dead. I said, dead how? And she said, alcohol poison. So when she said alcohol, I said, how's she got alcohol poison? Where's she at? So she said, Mexico, Cabo. So, you know, the phone just, you know, my phone dropped and I just started crying. And then, you know, I'm trying to figure out who she was over there with, you know, and said she was over there with some friends that she went to school with, went to Salem with. So I said, you know of them? You know them? You know, she said, I know of them. I just know she went to school with them. So, you know, from there, you know, my whole night was just trauma, man. I just cried all that night. Just cried.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not knowing, you know, how, you know, over in Mexico, where she at, or what, you know.
Now,
right now,
go ahead, Dad.
It's just hard. It's just the point that alcohol poisoning. It didn't sound right, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I heard the same thing you heard. There's a video out there.
Yeah.
That you know, she picked up by the neck and slammed on the ground, and once they slammed it, she didn't get back up. Did not get back up. So I guess that's that slam right there must have broke her dick in a spinal cord.
Do you need a second, Mr. Bernard? I can turn this off for a minute.
Nah, man, go ahead. We can go through this. We can go through this.
It is so disheartening to hear the love of a father knowing he no longer will see his own child. I pray justice will be served expeditiously for Shanquella as well as her family, and may she rest in peace. There's also a GoFundMe for Shanquella and Kyrie Irving. Look at his top donation. Blessings to him. All this is sad. Just remember, everybody that you call friend does not have the best intentions for you. So do your best to check out the energy, and if something doesn't sit well, don't go along with it. Now tell me, what do you all feel needs to happen next? Or how do you all feel about what's going on? Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and I will talk to you all soon. Be blessed.